Sports at Night is recorded in front of a non-existent studio audience. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Sports at Night, Real Fans, Real Talk, where sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to keep on rolling with that, though. Sorry we took a week off. We had some personal business to take care of and everything. But,
Indeed.
As always, I am your host, Todd Knight, the coach.
The coach
The
night.
coach, man. I'm feeling
Todd,
the coach.
the coach night.
I'm digging it. Thank you, brother.
I like
and, of
it.
course, always, Jevon, Superman Miller, up in the house today. The dynamic duo is back in town, baby.
Today I am Jevon, super defensive coordinator Miller.
Cool. We going with? I like that.
God damn it, ref! How you gonna call roughing the pass? He touched him on the shoulder pad. Oh, and by the way,
Do I have
coach,
to go offensive coordinator and say, how do you not call pass interference?
Oh, by the way, coach, good no call, no PI, baby. Good call, man. Forget those cats in Louisiana, man. We don't care.
Oh, good God. For those of you who have stuck around at this point, we thank you for that. Oh, man. Anyway, as always, our show is brought to you by Paul McMurray State Farm,
Paul.
where the only thing better than the policies themselves is the service you'll be provided with. Call the number on the bottom of your screen, and somebody will be more than happy to help you with all of your insurance-related needs, whether it's home, auto, life, whatever. We got your back. They'll get you taken care of.
Indeed. I actually tried to dress a little bit like Paul today when I came on set. You know what I mean? I was taking his inspiration and using it to my advantage.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only thing I can't get is his hair. There's no way I can get that hair. Yeah, it's
Well,
just not going to happen.
You've got a great alternative, man.
Thank you so much.
No problem. So, we have not uttered a word about this for the better part of probably 3 months now, I guess you could say. Just about, it would seem. For those of you who have not been paying attention, basketball is in full swing.
Yeah, indeed.
We're halfway through the season now at this point, and trade talks are certainly ramping up as the February 7th deadline approaches. That is Thursday of this week. Today is Groundhog Day as we're shooting this, and I believe Puxatony Phil does see a shadow.
For real.
Sorry, folks. 6 more weeks of winter.
No.
Anyway, so one thing that movie, it kind of repeats the same thing over and over and over. What does not repeat is the fact that there is a lot of action that happens around the trade deadline.
Of course.
Teams start scrambling like mad crazy to try and get something happening. And on Thursday of this past week, Kristaps Porzingis, the 7'3" forward with the New York Knicks, he had mentioned that he was not comfortable and unsure of the leadership that the New York Knicks organization had been experiencing to this point. And I definitely understand that. I mean, the Knicks have been a mess for years now. And as it currently sits, they're 10-41 right now. They have the worst record in the NBA. 51 games into the season. That's horrible.
Jeez.
And the only good thing that Phil Jackson had during his brief tenure over there was drafting Porzingis.
Yeah.
And Knicks fans at the Garden just booed the hell out of that pick, only to realize that he would be their
Star player.
lone bright spot in an otherwise black hole of abysmal talent. There is none on that organization. Now,
Boo-boo.
yeah, exactly. So what happens next? Dallas owner Mark Cuban, within an hour of hearing this, pulls the trigger on a trade. So this is what happens. And I've got it all right here, the information. Dallas sent second-year point guard Dennis Smith Jr., their wingman Wesley Matthews Jr., lots of juniors on the table here, center DeAndre Jordan, who, credit to him, his free throw percentage has increased dramatically. I mean, he was a career-long, like 48% free throw shooter. He has catapulted his percentage up to 68. That's a colossal improvement.
Yes, indeed, man.
I mean, so
he's been practicing.
Yeah, hats off to him. I mean, he went through, he changed his routine and everything. So that is a good thing for DeAndre Jordan, and that helps the Knicks, obviously.
Yeah.
And they also get 2 first-round picks from the Mavericks in exchange for, obviously, Porzingis and shooting guard Tim Hardaway Jr. Man, I love the way his father played. With that crossover.
I love me some Tim Hardaway.
That was so great.
Tim, man. He was the man.
Also, wingman Courtney Lee and point guard Trey Burke, who is a three-point specialist in his own right. Now,
but you need 3-point shooters to make it in this league today.
For sure. No doubt about that. I mean, that is a huge component of the game at this point. Yeah. And what I'd like to point out, this is a total investment in the future, really for both teams, but especially for Dallas.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say that is Mark Cuban has already said that Porzingis is not going to play this season. He's got that ACL injury. But they are looking at the fact that Porzingis is going to be coming back, and he's going to be ready to go at what will end up being second-year pro Luka Doncic, who has just absolutely done awesome as a rookie this year for that team.
Yeah.
And it is certainly presumed at this point that the Mavericks' legendary player, Dirk Nowitzki, is going to be retiring after this season.
Well, it's about time.
It's definitely time. I mean, he can still shoot with the best of them.
He's carried that team enough, man.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
He's strong. He done brought them boys a championship. He done did everything he could do over there, man. It's and his loyalty to Mark Cuban is
second to none.
Man, you don't see that kind of loyalty in basketball. But he stayed
sports
there.
In general, but definitely in the NBA.
He stayed there. He made sure that team didn't look horrid. He did what he had to do to make sure they can still skirt by, but now it's time for some new blood, and he knows it.
For sure. No doubt about that.
Mm-hmm.
You know who also has done everything that he can with his organization?
Who that?
Funny you mentioned who that. Comes from the same city.
Yeah.
Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis. Oh.
He has done absolutely everything he can with that team. But
A.D., man, I just want to say something to A.D., man. I think that A.D. is amazing. I like his competitive nature. I think he's a baller amongst ballers. And yes, he's over there a lone wolf. He's a lonely man floating on an island trying to make a team work. And it's just not working.
I thought you were about to whip out with some poetry for a second there.
I was about to get poetic, man, but, it just kind of like weaned away from me. But I just think AD, man, everybody criticized, Durant for leaving and going to a team where he can win a ring.
Mm-hmm.
But Kevin Durant didn't want his career to just be blah. He wanted a ring on his finger, man. And I was one of those people that was never mad at him for going to Golden State, ever. And I'm not going to be mad at AD for going to a team that can get him a ring because he's a young man with a lot of skills and he need a ring on his finger.
And he's in his prime now.
He's in his prime, man. And he's wasting his prime over there. Now, not everybody can be Michael Jordan. Not everybody can hang with a falling franchise and wait till all the right components come into play and then just make that championship run. Michael Jordan, as we all know, is a freak. And he is the greatest. So
definitely the exception, not the rule.
No, yeah, exactly. So we cannot sit here and say that every player gonna be that way. AD don't want to do that. He want to go somewhere where he can win him a ring, and I don't blame a young man. Yeah. Don't blame him at all.
Now, it's definitely been kind of thrown out there, and I think we probably should as well, that a litany of teams are going to be looking to trade for Anthony Davis.
Absolutely.
And one of those teams, of course, is your Lakers.
My Lakers. I knew it. I already knew it.
And why they would publicly say, hey, this is what we're offering you guys is beyond me. But I got this message at 5:31 in the morning today. And no, I was not waiting for this. I just happened to wake up because, nature calls.
Absolutely.
And
I have to take
I
a
look
tinkle in the
yeah.
middle of the night myself.
That's what happens when you get older.
Yeah, man. Hey, look, man.
That's
Either
a
that or
bummer.
you just wear a diaper and say you can ignore it. Which I'm not above doing, by the way. My son can do it. I can too. But,
yeah, well, your son is at least a couple, 2 or 3 decades. Your junior, so
man, age is only a number, sir.
Age is only a number. You're absolutely right. I feel better than I have in 10 years.
Right.
Seriously.
Well, I'm two at heart. So hey, man, I think I deserve a diaper. Just saying.
Anyway,
but
well, this offer definitely needed a diaper whenever I looked at it.
Oh, man.
The Lakers offered Lonzo Ball, Kyle Kuzma, Rajon Rondo, Michael Beasley, and a first-round pick for Anthony Davis.
Are you kidding me?
If I would have heard that, I'd have been like, come back with something better. Click. And that'd have been it. I would not, that offer is freaking laughable. The best player on that list as far as Rondo, yeah. Mm-hmm. But how much longer can he play?
Not much.
And then Kyle Kuzma, that's probably the best player long term that you've got, and he ain't nowhere near in the same league as that. Lonzo Ball's a bust. Michael Beasley, he's a bust. And a first round pick, you're looking at a late lottery pick at best at this point, because LeBron's back now, and I know how you feel about the man, but the Lakers are sitting, right there at the precipice of getting in that last spot in the playoffs. And as he's back now, the Lakers are going to start to surge, and that first-round pick offer is going to mean less and less and less if a deal actually takes place.
Sometimes the Laker organization just really blows my mind. That is like the weakest offer you can throw at this man. We got all that money sitting over there, man. Just throw the man some bread. See what he's saying. Give him some money.
Throwing them breadcrumbs right now.
Yeah, man. I would just make him an offer. I forget how much we got sitting over in cap, but I know we got a lot, and that was purposely done just to snatch over some of the best players that we could possibly get.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't even think he would want to come to that organization anyway because of what's going on right now between what's going on right now between Walton and LeBron. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna tell you what, Skip. LeBron gonna want Walton out of this, Skip. He don't want Walton as his coach. He needs a great coach, Skip, and he can't do it with Walton. And Walton just think no good coach. Man, LeBron the greatest. Let him coach it. You know what? LeBron can play and actually coach at the same time, Skip. He can play and coach. You know what I mean? I can see it, Skip. He's the greatest of all time, Skip. I'm telling you right now, man. That's just what I'm saying. That's it, Skip.
You done?
I told Shannon to go home.
Okay, good.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Okay. I get tired of hearing
Sharp move, buddy.
Yeah, right.
I like it.
Okay.
So, I think that's all we're going to do for basketball for right now. But tune in a couple weeks.
Because that's all we're going to have.
Because, we'll be flooded with basketball at that point.
And my depression is going to kick in at that point.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it always kicks in right after the Super Bowl. Actually, it kicks in before the Super Bowl because the Patriots always seem to get there. So my depression always seemed to kick in because it just ruined something that I would love otherwise.
Hold your horses there, Bronco. We'll hop on to the Super Bowl here in just a second. Didn't expect that.
Sorry.
Okay.
The horse came out.
Speaking of horse, how you feeling? I know you came out onto the came in and you were kind of a little.
Oh wait,
coffee.
man. Hey, look, everybody's under the weather, man. It's this weather down here in Louisiana is all messed up, almost about as messed up as the referees in the NFC Championship game and the AFC Championship game. Just all messed up.
Yeah, kind of beating a dead horse at this point.
Yeah. The weather's just all tore up.
Yeah.
So therefore, when the weather get tore up, we all get tore up. And I actually think everybody in Louisiana is sick right now after what happened in the NFC Championship game.
Yeah, it's
not just me, baby.
The Super Bowl has become the boycott bowl, down here in the South.
Man, I had a huge argument with Forney on all this, man, and
I'm sure you did.
Oh yeah, we had a good old talkative time, man. Cause I got tired of hearing all that Louisiana crying, man. And, hey man, I'm from here, and I was rooting for the Saints, but you gotta get over it, man. Get over it, dude. Get over it. Let it go, dude. Let it go. Just zen out, man. Hakuna Matata. Let it go, man.
Hakuna Matata.
Everybody has a bad day, even referees, bro. Let it ride, man. Root for the Rams. Do not root for the freaking Patriots. I can't stand those guys, bro. Let it ride. Let it go. Get over it.
Oh, boy.
Bro. Jesus Christ.
So,
Jesus Christ, man.
Woo!
All right. Back to action.
Yes, back to action. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. I got totally thrown off rhythm there for a second. Okay.
Don't pay me any attention, Todd.
A little late for that. One of the, I think you could say, all-time greats has finally decided to call it a career.
Yeah.
And
oh boy,
we're talking about one and only Julius Peppers, the defensive end. Long-time Carolina Panther, had some good years over there
in Chicago
and in Green Bay before making a farewell trip, if you will,
resurgent.
Yeah, back to the Carolinas.
Yeah,
and I mean, I think sensibly speaking, he is. Whenever you think about the Carolina Panthers, lots of people will immediately think about Cam Newton, and I think understandably so. He is the quarterback. That's naturally going to be the face of your organization.
And even on
but
defense,
when you think about the most iconic player on that team, right, it's hands down got to be Julius Peppers.
Oh, of course. I mean, but on defensive side, they always think about the other guy. What's his name?
Luke Kuechly.
Kuechly. They always talk so much about Kuechly, but people forget who was wreaking havoc over there. Pepper is a quarterback's nightmare. And he was a quarterback's nightmare for a long time. And he definitely helped Carolina big time win some big time games.
Yeah, I mean, he did it for, over a decade and a half, and not many people get the chance to say that.
No.
He retired 4th on the all-time sack list, behind only Bruce Smith, Reggie White, and Kevin Green. Kevin Green, mind you, is the only linebacker on that list.
You hear those names? That's Hall
all
of
three
Famers.
Exactly. All three of them are Hall of Famers.
Hall of Famers, bro. Good grief, man. And he is a future Hall of Famer.
No, there's no question about
First
that.
First ballot, I say.
I think the only thing that would keep Peppers from getting into the Hall of Fame as a first ballot player is the fact that he didn't get any rings.
That's right.
And as a defensive player, it is hard to justify that whenever you don't have the jewelry to back it up. Yeah. That's the only unfortunate thing. But mark my words, he will have a bust in Canton.
Yeah.
Here certainly within the next 10 years, I would say. You have to wait 5 before you're even eligible.
And he was part of that Super Bowl run, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. As a Bronco fan, I'm a little saddened now.
Well, let me rephrase that. Not the one that the Broncos won.
Okay. Good.
Not that one.
I figured he wasn't with that. I don't remember him being with them. Yeah. Okay. All right. So he was part of a Super Bowl run with the Carolina Panthers.
Sure, he was. Yeah.
Okay. That was the run with
Brady and company.
Brady and company. Yeah. Well, sorry, Pep. You didn't stand a chance, bro. Anytime you hear the name Brady in the Super Bowl, you really don't stand much of a chance. Referees, touch the shoulder pad, bro. There go a flag.
Yeah, I didn't understand that one at all in the AFC Championship game.
Oh,
I know we're digressing, and I was really, really going to try to make a concerted effort to steer away from the refereeing and stuff.
Oh man, it's hard though.
But
it's hard because it is the refereeing is actually bigger than the Super Bowl right now. Actually, I tell you what, people care more about this Super Bowl than they do about the Super Bowl. The referees, man, they really. God, man, we've done a show about how bad the referees were before, back in the day. I remember that. You actually brought out a referee punching bag, and I think I hit it a couple of times. But the refereeing was really off in that whole game period. And it wasn't just for the Saints. It was on both ends of the ball. Because people forget about the face mask to Jared Goff that they didn't call. That eventually led to them having to kick a field goal instead of being on the 1 yard line, possibly scoring a touchdown. It was all kinds of stuff that was happening in that game that was terrible. And I don't even want to start with the Kansas City game. Kansas City versus the Patriots. Whew, that the proverbial shit hits the fan when you touch a man on his shoulder pad and you call roughing the pad. I would have picked it. If I was the referee that threw that flag, I would have just picked it up and said, nope, no call. Sorry, that was my bad. My goddamn bifocus was fucking up on me. There's no way I would have actually went through with that, man. That is, oh, God. The Patriots been cheating their way to Super Bowls for years, man. And I don't know how much money Tom Brady laced that referee pocket with, man. But to hell with it, man. I'll be good and glad when that douchebag retires, man. Because I'm tired of this, man. I haven't.
Well,
give me a Super Bowl that they've been in without any kind of controversy. Besides his first one, when he first took over the job.
No. There was once the whole Spygate thing kicked off. That was one of the first things that they went all the way back to was the Super Bowl, interestingly enough, against the Rams.
Okay.
Back in 2001. I mean, it goes back that far. But and we will the next thing we are going to do is going to be the Super Bowl that's going to be happening tomorrow.
I'm sorry
we will
for
do
pooping
that.
on your shine, Peppers. I'm sorry, baby. You was amazing, man. Hey, I'm gonna miss you. Cause I love a good defensive player, man. I love one that just give quarterbacks fits. And I'm sorry, man. This was gonna happen, man, because we going. This show was geared toward this. This is where we going to the Super Bowl, man.
Yeah.
But man, I hope you go home, enjoy your family. You done did enough for this game, man. You're one of the last few dignified players left. And then we're gonna go into this era of whiny crybabies that want money and don't want to actually win Super Bowls. So, thank you for still making my Super Bowl my football experience great. Thank you, sir.
One last parting shot on this.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's safe to say that Julius Peppers had a lot of quarterbacks needing smelling salts.
Yeah, he did, because he actually was in the era when you could hit a quarterback.
Yeah.
And you'd have to love hug him.
Imagine that.
Or kiss him.
Yeah. Or spoon him.
Or grab their crotch and bring him down.
So, yeah. Let's go on to the Super Bowl here. 18 years later, we're back in the same exact spot. A person, a human being, has had the opportunity to go from the womb to adulthood at this point since the last time these two teams have faced each other.
Wow. And
there's two constants for both of them. Brady and Belichick. At the time, the Rams were the team that was on the verge of becoming a dynasty.
Man.
The greatest show on turf,
baby.
They were in their second Super Bowl in the span of 3 years, if you recall.
I do.
And Kurt Warner, Isaac Bruce, Marshall Falk. I mean, Torrey Holt. I mean, that team was absolutely just littered with talent.
Man, it was the greatest show on turf.
Yeah,
it was.
And then. 18 years ago. Wow. Jared Goff was 6 years old. Okay. So he was in kindergarten whenever this was taking place. Kindergarten or first grade. I was in.
Jared Goff was sitting watching Power Rangers eating cereal when this first went down, man. In his Power Ranger pajamas, baby. Wow.
That is remarkable. That is truly remarkable.
That's crazy, yo. That's crazy.
Jeez. It wasn't much better. Sean McVay was probably a 6th grader or something,
Well, McVay right up there
pimple
with us.
face and everything. I mean,
Hey, McVay right up there with us, man. He number like 34, man.
He's younger than us.
He is younger than us. Oh, man. Sean, God, you make me look bad, bro. Here I am. I'm old, man. And you're young in a Super Bowl, man. And I'm just here talking crap on a show. That's crazy. Brady was 23. Nah, that's a lie, man. Brady was like 43 back then.
Hazar, my incredibly lovely wife and our director is she's rapidly throwing out the age the age bombs over here. You got more? There's a 17-year age gap between the two quarterbacks. That is, I know for a fact that is the largest age gap in Super Bowl history. Well, there's no question in my mind about that.
Well, that was second to the gap between Peyton and Cam Newton. Remember the Super Bowl gap between Cam
right,
Newton
but that's still going to be closer together.
What Cam was like, 26 maybe? And Peyton was 39, I think.
That's still 13 years.
That ain't bad.
If that. I mean, at that point.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now you're talking about 17. That is more.
That's huge, yeah. That is huge.
I may not be the sharpest tool in the shed, but I know that 17 is more than 13.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying, that's why I said second to that.
Sure, absolutely,
yeah,
sir.
You know what I mean?
You are correct.
Young man versus old man, and most of the time here lately, I noticed the old man always seem to be the ones winning.
Do you? Let me ask you this, because there's a lot of people that sit here and say that this is going to be a close game. There's a lot of people that do feel that.
Who said that?
Well, I mean, how do you not think that, really? I mean, every single Super Bowl that the Patriots have been in, it's gone down to the wire. It has. I mean, one of them shouldn't have, that one being against the Falcons. Thank you for the choke job there. And it's being played in Atlanta as well.
That's what I was just going to say, man. The Patriots should have got blown off the field in that Super Bowl.
They were.
And Super Bowl
they were.
Super Bowl 49 should have been over with, bro.
Yeah, no question about that.
When going into it should have been over with, bro.
Here's the thing. And it really pains me to say this. And I think you know where I'm going.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead. Say it, because don't worry, it's plenty of space for me to walk off set and come back. Go ahead.
Jeez Louise. Well, you've done it before.
Yeah.
So, again, history could repeat itself, right?
Hey, man,
so,
it happens.
18 years ago, I was in this exact same predicament.
You was? Did you have a show back then, too?
No.
Okay.
I didn't.
All right, I just thought
that was not even a glimmer in my mind at that point in my life. But I did not want to see the Rams win, and I liked Tom Brady because he's a Michigan guy, and I hadn't even gotten it all out yet. He did this, but I feel like I'm right back in the same spot again. Because of the fact that the Rams, of all teams, have advanced. And they did it by beating my Dallas Cowboys. And now they beat the New Orleans Saints as well. I feel like this is personal. I feel like I'm almost forced into a corner. And it's like, and it's not so much that I'm cheering for the Patriots. It's that my current disdain for the Rams organization has reached biblical proportions. That's how I feel. I'm cheering harder against the Rams than I am cheering for the Patriots.
Todd.
I know this pains you to say it.
Todd.
Do you think I enjoy saying this?
Night.
Do you think I'm enjoying this right now? The smile would suggest yes, but I promise you, internally, I am bleeding. I am crying. I don't want to be saying this.
If I wanted to hear this crap, I would drag sick Trahan on the show. Oh, by the way, big shout out to sick Trey Hand, man.
Yes.
Hope you get better, baby.
Yes, we do hope that you get to feeling better.
Yeah, man. But God, I bet he just gonna be rolling over. You better not, Trey Hand. You better not say nothing.
He's starting to feel better right now.
He probably is feeling better.
You better not say nothing. I know you enjoying this, Trey Hand. You go over there get giggles and wiggles and biggles about this. You better not say nothing.
Giggles, wiggles, and biggles.
And biggles.
Oh my gosh.
He's enjoying this, man. I know
Yeah.
he is. He's
Enjoying some kibbles and bits, I'm sure,
I
too,
bet
right?
he is, baby. Eating his patriot colored brownies.
Oh gosh. So,
Oh God.
yeah, man. All of that being said,
Oh Todd.
I'm gonna say right now that the Patriots are going to win Super Bowl 53, and I think that it's going to be decided by less than a touchdown. I don't know what the score is going to be. I'll take a stab at it and say 24-20. I think that's what it's probably going to be. I'll just say that. But I do feel like this is the direction that the league is wanting to go. I think that they're seeing this. I think they're seeing Sean McVay and Jared Goff as being the new Tom Brady and Belichick. I feel like that's what the league is wanting, especially with it being in LA. This is what the league has wanted for years now. Young, sexy coach, young, sexy quarterback. This is what they want. This is the direction the league's going. They want it for the next 10 years.
We do agree with one thing, Todd.
What?
That Goff and his coach is hot. You know?
They got the girlfriends to back it up, but
McVay and Goff are two of the hottest cats in L.A. They're model looking. They got that swoopy blonde hair and
oh boy, gosh,
cute smile. You know, they got that cool beard. You know, I'm always envious of a cat with a nice beard.
I don't know why. Yours is pretty cool.
That's all right. Goff got that baby face. He keep it smooth. You know,
Well, yeah.
he's a cute kid, but he got heart, and that's what I like about him.
When did this show become a bromance for the Rams?
No, it ain't over with yet, because I'm getting started. You done started me up now. It's
Oh,
over
boy.
with now, man. I'm pumped up. You started this crap up now. That's woo. I'm getting my mode.
I'm almost expecting you to just rip that off and there to be like an S tattooed right here.
I'm just finna,
I'm ready for it to happen.
I'm finna dive right in.
Clark Kent.
I'm gonna dive right in, man.
All right.
Because you started this night, and I'm finna finish this.
I must be a masochist
You
at this
are.
ready to deal with this.
You started it tonight, and I gotta get at it now, buddy.
All right, bring it.
Here we go. We all know that Bill Belichick loved to eat young quarterbacks for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I've said that many occasions on this
Midnight snacks too.
He does. He loves them. He loves a young quarterback because he chews them. He chews them up and he spits them out.
Yeah.
He's sitting there. He's staring. He's going to be staring across the field of a young version of him and Tom Brady. That's what he's looking at right now. A brilliant young quarterback with awesome thoughts and a beautiful mind and unbelievable playbook. And he's gonna look at a young quarterback that's probably definitely reminding him of a young Tom Brady.
So you do agree with that assessment?
I know I do agree with that assessment. He's looking at a young Tom Brady, a quarterback that's just coming into himself, man, that don't founder in big moments. That can make plays when plays need to be made, you know what I mean? And that atmosphere in New Orleans, whether people like it or not, that boy played his heart out, man, because he could not hear. He could not I'm almost sure that everything, his equilibrium and everything was thrown off because that crowd was loud. It was 4 Ram fans in that whole audience, bruh. 4. It was loud as hell. And you know what, Saints fans? You can get pissed off at me, but y'all had plenty of time to blow the Rams out of that building, but you didn't. You settled for field goals. It came down to one stinking play, and then you lost. It should have never came down to that. You should have had them boys beat at halftime. But you settled for field goals. You had to deal with what you had to do. You put it
in the words of Josh Hale, field goals lose games.
Yes. You put it in the ref hands. You don't never supposed to put it in your ref hands. Even in boxing, they tell you don't put it in the ref hand. If you can knock a man out, you knock him out. You hit him. Put them down. Get it over with. Saints, you should have done that, and you didn't. One play, one bad call, you lost. And a 57-yard field goal, that's a miracle field goal, man. Don't hate on the Rams because of that, man. Don't. It wasn't their fault. It might have been the ref fault, but their whole destiny lied on a 57-yard field goal that kicker, man, nailed.
There's a reason why Greg Zuerlein, their kicker, is known as Legatron.
Real talk. That man got a huge leg. So quit getting mad at the Rams behind this, y'all. Suck it up. Be a man, because you're not the only one. And as much as it's going to hate me to say this, but what about the poor Raiders? They came up with a rule on the spot to protect the Patriots. The tuck rule. They came up with it on the spot. Hey, man, Brady didn't fumble the ball. How didn't he? Oh, he tucked it. What? Get the hell out of here. But Raider fans,
talk about improvisation.
Yeah, real talk, man. I mean, it's like they improv something, man. So don't sit here and let this ruin what's going on with the Saints, man. Everybody got to deal with a bad play. We all got to go through something. We get past it. So don't root against the Rams because of that. Here's the reasons to root for the Rams. You got the youngest head coach of all time to reach a Super Bowl. That man has reached it with his mind, and he's took a quarterback that everybody thought was a bust and made him into something great.
There's only one person on the planet right now that knows how to stop Jared Goff, and that's Jeff Fisher.
Right. But I'm just saying.
He ran out of L.A. I mean, I'm just saying. It takes something like that. I mean, because Jared Goff was, I mean, fairly or unfairly, he was a bust that first year. And you're just like, this guy looks like garbage.
He looked like trash.
Yeah. He looked like smelly-ass old fish is what it looked like.
It was a horrible first year, man. But guess what other quarterback had a horrible first year, too?
I wonder who you're going to say.
His name is Peyton Manning. The greatest. In my eyes, he had a horrible first year. He set the rookie interception record. And look what he was able to accomplish, man. 4 Super Bowls with 3 of them with garbage-ass coaches. So don't let that first year didn't mean nothing, because Jared didn't came back balling. You know what I mean? Much love to Jared Goff, man. The Rams in this game is the underdogs, y'all. They are the underdogs in this game for sure. Anybody who plays the Patriots really are the underdogs. You're always the underdogs. You got to go against not only the referees, you got to go against the referees. You got to go against crowd noise, because somehow Patriots fans travel very well. You got to go with the most brilliant coach to coach in Bill Belichick. You have to go against the most overrated quarterback, Tom Brady. And you have a Frankenstein monster over there that you have to stop by the name of, what's that crazy motherfucker?
Gronkenstein.
Gronkenstein.
Yeah, that's it.
So you are going against a lot. The Rams are the underdogs. And I can't never root for the Patriots. I only rooted for the Patriots one time, and I told y'all when I did that. And
Seattle.
That's only because I was bitter. Almost like a lover when you break up, with a boyfriend, something you would kind of root for him to have a bad relationship. That's all that happened. Seattle beat us to the floor, and I was bitter. And I did not want to see them get another Super Bowl ring, and they haven't gotten one since.
See that, but that's why I feel the way that I do about the Rams right now. Granted, I know that yours happened in the Super Bowl, and it was just it was
a beatdown.
Yeah,
they bragged about beating us constantly in our faces. Like, they never shut up. Sherman talked about how, our quarterback threw ducks and just kept on talking all kinds of crap after it was all said and done. And that's what made me bitter against Seattle. Hey, any team win, a clean win is a clean win. But don't keep talking about us after you beat us, though. And that's what made me bitter with Seattle. The Rams are not talking smack about New Orleans. They actually say that New Orleans game was probably the hardest game that they had this year. They're being very professional about what happened. And
except there's only one person that's not being professional right now, and that is the one who avoided the pass interference call. That cornerback. Now, granted, he did get fined the $27,000, but he's also going into the Super Bowl matchup. He's saying things like, Brady looking kind of old, and things like that. And if I'm McVay, If I'm Sean McVay, I would pull him into my office, close the door, and I would say, shut up.
He's an idiot.
You don't need to be giving that team and specifically that man bulletin board material as if he needs more fuel to the fire. Give me a break.
That cornerback, as you can see, is making the idiot call. He's being dumb. But Richard Sherman did the exact same thing to us leading up to the Super Bowl. He said the same thing. Sherman said the same thing about Peyton Manning. Oh, man, Peyton Manning okay, but he throws ducks. He'll be easy to pick off. He said all kinds of messed up stuff leading up to Super Bowl 48. I mean, you know, it's hard. You can't account for these young guys with these big mouths from these silly neighborhoods talking crap and talking crazy. It's hard it's hard to be a coach and coach this. And Sean McVay understand that as a young coach. He understands that you almost have to pamper these little dudes. But everybody else being professional, including Talib and Peters, two of the biggest problems that they have on that team, and the Ndamukong Suh. These are the guys that are supposed to be the problem, but these are the guys that are being professionals right now. Thank God for that, because those are the guys that are going to win that Super Bowl for them.
Yeah, there's something else that I want to say also about this matchup. There's a lot of former Patriots that are on the Rams roster. And a lot of people have sitting there pointed out the fact, you know, that don't you think that the Patriots, you know exactly what to expect from guys like, you know, Brandon Cooks, you know, Aqib Talib, you know, I mean, guys that are former Patriots themselves. And, you know, Stephon Gilmore and, you know, he's a Patriot corner going against Robert Woods. Both of those guys originally came from Buffalo. They practice against each other. They know each other and everything. That's so the narrative is, does the Patriots have a unique advantage in knowing that? My counterpoint to that is, don't you think that these Rams players might know a little something about the Patriots?
Hey, check this out.
Because what you know one thing about one guy, don't you think the other knows a little something about the other?
In the AFC Championship game, how many times did Tom Brady actually target Talib? Not many.
You don't do that.
He didn't target him a lot at all. As a matter of fact, you can go back and watch that whole game. He tried to stay from that side where Talib was. He's not stupid. He knows that if he throws over there, Talib will pick him off and take it to the house. He knows that that's a damn good cornerback. The advantage is, I think the advantage goes to the players who used to play for the Patriots, because they know the Patriots' work ethic and they know how it's going to happen.
And they know the system.
They know the system. Why do you think Patricia made him look like Boo-Boo with the Lions? Nothing against the Lions, but, you know, the Lions didn't even make the playoffs. But guess what they did do? They whooped the hell out the Patriots.
That they did.
Yeah. That's real talk. You know why? Because they got a defensive coordinator as their head coach now that knows that system and that organization.
Like the back of his hand.
Like the back.
He was there for 12 years.
Yeah, believe that, man. So I always think the advantage goes to the actual players that play for the organization, because they know how that organization works. And I think that, I don't know, man. Something been in the air with the Rams for a long time, man. And I've said this for a while. And they're going against impossible odds. But I have a feeling that something been in the air with these dudes, and I just feel that these boys are going to beat the Patriots. And I know people are going to give me a slack for that, because everybody keeps saying the Patriots are going to win. But I think that when it's your destiny, it's your destiny. When the Saints won their first when the Saints won their first and only Super Bowl, they were going against a Titanic Colts team that had been really grinding people and putting people to shame all year long. But it was just the Saints' destiny year. They were going to do it. They were going to win that Super Bowl no matter what against the great Peyton Manning. They were going to win that Super Bowl, and they did. It's just hard to stop destiny. The matter of fact, speaking of the Patriots, the first Super Bowl against the Rams, it was their year, man. It was their year. They went against the greatest show on turf. There's no reason why the greatest show on turf did not win that Super Bowl. But
coulda, shoulda, woulda.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda. But it was the start of something that led to where we at right now. We got to see these bastards again.
Do you know what the funny thing is about that matchup? That Super Bowl matchup between the Rams and the Patriots.
Talk to me.
Where did it take place?
Did it take place in Atlanta?
New Orleans.
It took place in New Orleans.
We have officially come full circle on this one.
Oh, wow. and now they're in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Wow, man.
So-
You know, hey, man, it's getting weird, man. You know, it's almost like some alien stuff.
It's almost like somebody's following a script as if it's all kind of planned, predestined.
Roger Goodell, are you following the script, my friend? Or are you making things happen?
Sounds like a little bit of Vince McMahon kind of thing to me.
It does sound a little Vince McMahon. Some XFL type of crap.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
You
know
got
what,
any
man?
closing remarks on this?
I'm going to tell you what I got a closing remark on. Go get them, Rams. You go get them, man. You go get them. You don't got nothing to lose, man. You're the underdog, baby. You don't have anything to lose. Now, last time I gave a speech, the team that I gave a speech to lost. Okay, sorry. This might be a bad thing for you. Anyway, all I'm saying is, man, you go out there and you just play. Hit them in the mouth, man. That's what Philly did. Philly punched the Patriots in the mouth, and they never stop punching them. That's the only way you're going to beat this team.
Yeah.
You're
Play
not
to win. Don't
play to
play
win.
to not lose.
You're not going to beat them any other way, because I tell you what, I may hate this team, but this team plays for 4 quarters, partner. They don't play for 2. They don't play for 3. They play for 4 quarters, man. If you don't play them for 4 quarters, you will be embarrassed.
4 quarters, whistle to whistle.
Right. You will be embarrassed, and you will never shake back ex-Atlanta Falcons. You're going to this stadium, a lot of their players probably going to be hanging around. Talk to them. Ask them how that feels, man, how they stomach feels, man, when they sit there and they have to look at the team.
That'll stick in your craw, bro.
Huh?
That'll stick in your craw, bro.
Oh, man. They haven't came back since, man. Matt Ryan hadn't been the same since that Super Bowl, man. That hurts. Don't go out there and play around with these boys, man. You go out there and you play hard. You got the clientele to do it. You got the defense to do it. You got the offense to do it. You better go out there and hit them in their damn mouth. The crowd knows it's going to be loud, but it is not going to be anything like what you had to deal with down in New Orleans.
Not even close.
Not even close. So you should be okay with that, man. Use that run game. You got 2 great backs. Gurley, C.J. Anderson. C.J. know how to win the Super Bowl. Trust me, I know. He knows how to win the Super Bowl, man. Use your 2 backs, man. And the Dominican Sue, get out there and get dirty. Stomp Tom Brady in the nuts. Do something, man. Go back to your old self, man. Hey, man, get a flag. Who cares? 15 yards? Get whatever.
Like, you want to see some deflated balls?
Deflate his ball. It's about time, man. I'm ready for this punk to retire. And Dominican Sue, make him retire, baby. I'm counting on you. I'm counting on you. You know how to hurt great quarterbacks. Ex Aaron Rodgers. Do it. And Peters and Talib, let that gangsta out, man. Just get it out. Get thugged out. Just don't get out of hand, but channel that inner thug, man. Hit hard. If they catch that ball, make them feel it. Hit them hard, man, and make them not want to catch that ball, and then they got to start hearing footsteps. Dude, I'm giving you the game plan here, man. Make Bill Belichick have to change his plans around, because he don't like doing that. Make him do it. Beat their ass. Go Rams. I'm choosing the Rams in this. I'm the only human being on this planet that is not from L.A. choosing the Rams in this game. Go Rams, man.
All right. Well, without actually doing it, you better not. That's as close to a mic drop as you can actually get. So I'll take it.
Yeah.
So, yes. I don't have anything else to add to that.
Nah, man.
I mean,
you know what, man.
you know where I stand. I mean, everybody knows where I stand on this thing at this point.
We know where you at. We know where you at. Tom.
Yeah. So, with all that being said, thank all of you for watching. And regardless of whether you decide to watch the Super Bowl or not, we hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend.
Yes.
And as always, I am your host, Todd Knight, Jevon Superman Miller. All of us here, Sports at Night, real fans, real talk, the entire crew, wishing you a happy and safe Super Bowl Sunday.
Mile High Salute.
You get your drunk on. Be sure to either sleep at that place or get yourself a DD. So just letting y'all know that now.
Come on, guys. Watch the Super Bowl. Watch the Super Bowl. Don't be like that. Don't boycott it.
Correcto.
Watch the Super Bowl.
Anyway, yes. We out, man. See y'all on the other side, baby.
See you on the other side, homie.
You gotta watch the ball.
Don't boycott. Don't quit. Get a ring.
I have not missed a Super Bowl since 1993. I mean, I've watched every Super